What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Beans in a Pod. My name is Jose.
Jared right here.
And we're two brothers that are huge sports fan. If you're as big of a sports fan as we are, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
That's
Jose
right.
Talks Sports, or follow us on Spotify or wherever you find your podcasts.
Yep.
Fresh off of the Kansas City Chiefs facing the Los Angeles Chargers, the Chargers would lose the game after really leading most of it, but the Chiefs would emerge victorious, winning 27-24. What are your immediate thoughts on the Chargers losing this game and the Chiefs now hitting 2-0 coming out of week 2 of the NFL season?
Boo! That's my reaction, man. I like this team. It's like they are really lucky because the only reason why they won that game was that pick six. Okay? And we were at work, okay? So we didn't get to see too much, but my phone was blown up of a whole pick six going on. I forgot how many yards was it.
It was 99 yards.
Yeah.
So Justin Herbert and the Chargers are marching down the field, and he just, throws it into the end zone. Not even in the end zone. It was more than the 1 yard line. And they pick it off, and it's 99-yard return for a touchdown, putting the Chiefs in the lead at the moment. I believe there was maybe 6 minutes left in the game, somewhere around that.
Something like that. I don't know, man.
To give them the lead, and therefore just give them the momentum, really.
They should have lost that game, man. I was rooting for the Chargers, man.
I had called it, though. My initial prediction was I believe the Chiefs go 2-0 after the game they had against Arizona, right? But now they're going against their division rival, the Chargers, who I think these are the two teams that are going to be at the top of the AFC, the AFC West. Yeah, excuse me, of the AFC West. So I did anticipate that the Chiefs were going to come out and win this game. However, it was a closer game than I thought. I know you and a friend of ours from work had picked the Chargers to win the game, but I just can't put it past the Chiefs to not come back, especially the way they did.
I'm just not a fan of this team. Okay, to make it clear to all the people listening, I'm not a fan of the team, especially Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Honestly, I think Josh Allen is a better quarterback.
I don't think you can argue that. I feel like Josh Allen is the better quarterback in terms of his athleticism and his abilities. But tell him why you don't like the Chiefs. Because let's be honest, it's more than, I don't like them. No, you don't like them because they beat us in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's it. If they had not beaten us in the Super Bowl, I feel like you wouldn't have as much as a grudge towards them.
Yeah, I feel like the whole Super Bowl thing is like an origin story for like a villain. That's what I feel like. I don't know about you, but I kind of find it funny because the way how we are, it's like X-Men. Okay, I like this example because I feel like I'm Magneto and you're Professor X.
Yeah.
We both want the same thing, but we want it from like a different perspective, though.
Yeah, I can see that, and for the Marvel fans out there, I feel like they would recognize and resonate with that comparison, and I do think it's a fair, assessment.
Magneto's pretty cool, by the way.
Which version, though? Ian McKellen or Michael Fassbender?
Probably the first one.
Yeah, I'll go Ian McKellen all day. So Justin Herbert finishes with 334 yards passing. He has 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, obviously resulting in that 99-yard pick six. Then you also have Patrick Mahomes throwing for 235 yards. He has 2 touchdowns and the W. But I feel like it was the defense that really clutched it up towards the end of that game.
Yeah, the defense is what carried them, dude.
I wouldn't say carried them, but I mean
they saved Mahomes' butt, man. Cause hear me why, okay? If they would have lost the game, Friday morning, all you hear on like Colin Cowherd, Mahomes is not it. He's losing it. He's losing this touch. He is not who he is anymore. But now since they won, they're gonna be like, oh, Mahomes got it. He's sending out a message. It's not over yet.
Okay, here's the thing. I can see why you're saying that, but I feel like if they would have lost the game, the headline would have been, do the Chiefs still need a guy like Tyreek Hill? If they had lost this game, people were going to point at
something
this.
Like that, yeah.
People were going to point at this game and say, this is a game they could have used Tyreek Hill's, ability.
Yeah.
But they won the game, so ultimately we're going to look back and think, oh, the Chiefs are fine. They don't need him.
Yeah.
Which isn't fair. It's not a fair assessment because, without a guy like Tyreek Hill, maybe they would have been up more. Maybe they wouldn't have been down so much in the game. In terms of the stat sheet, I like looking at time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chargers had led the time of possession. They held the ball for 33 minutes.
While the hell?
While the Chiefs had it for 26. So in all reality, the Chargers maintained control of the ball.
Yeah, they controlled the game pretty much, but yet they still managed to screw up.
They had ran more plays, almost 20 more plays than the Chiefs. They had like more first downs than the Chiefs. But that 199-yard pick six really was the difference maker. And I feel like that's something that not a lot of folks are going to be talking about. They're going to be talking about Patrick Mahomes and the offense and Andy Reid and how the Chargers don't look ready yet. But I still think it's important that on any given Sunday, or in this case a Thursday, one play truly can make the difference. And that was the case with that interception for a touchdown.
Yep.
Looking forward, the Chiefs now are 2-0. They now have a win over a division rival, while the Chargers are 1-1 in the overall season and also 1-1 in terms of the division.
Yep.
Speaking of the division, we didn't really get to talk about this, but the Denver Broncos suffer a loss to Seattle this past Monday night.
Yep.
It was supposed to be Russell Wilson's homecoming game. Obviously a revenge game as well.
Yeah.
The crowd obviously was not a big fan of Russell Wilson anymore. They were booing him out of the stadium.
See, the same old classic Seahawks fans, man. You know? And I'm sorry to cut you off, right?
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Because I know what you're going to ask me. What are my thoughts on the game, you know, the outcome, you know, the whole field goal on fourth down, you know? In my opinion, if I was the Broncos coach, I would have gone for it, man.
Yeah.
I would have gone for it, right? Why would you kick that long of a field goal? Like, what? Like, who thought? Like, he's not Tucker, you know. No disrespect to the kicker, you know.
No, Brian McManus is a good kicker, but again, like you mentioned, he's not Justin Tucker.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like that's disrespectful to Russell Wilson because I know dang sure that he would have done it. Like, he would have got it on fourth down. Okay.
Well, here's my thing, too. You want to look at the Broncos and what they traded away for Russell Wilson, and then they give him a contract to keep him in for several years.
To the point where he's unlimited, right?
He's on Mr. Unlimited, damn straight.
Yeah.
But if you're going to pay a guy that much money, you would think they're going to give him the opportunity to make the plays needed to win the game. And in that case, they didn't do it. I don't want to say they didn't believe in him because I don't know. I wasn't there. But that's what the optics look like. That's what the story's going to be, is they didn't let Russ cook, just like Seattle wouldn't. But you're paying him all this money, and you take him off the field. It's a 64-yard field goal. You're telling me you felt like you had a better shot of making a 64-yard field goal than getting a first down with a mobile quarterback like Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
That's what they were saying, basically.
I don't know, man. Like, the Broncos, like people were blaming that game on Wilson for, like, not doing his part. No, I blame it on the coach. I blame it on the coach, man.
He's a rookie head coach, Nathaniel Hackett, coming out of the Green Bay Packers from last season.
Oh, no wonder why. Because the Packers can't win. You know why? Because of us.
But look, that's very
Dude,
true.
I'm sorry, but the game that just happened between the Packers and the Vikings, what in the world happened?
Oh, I tell you what, again, Aaron
Justin
Rodgers,
Jefferson was cooking. I'm sorry. Continue.
Justin Jefferson, I think, is going to be one of the best wide receivers this game has seen in the last few years.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be like their next best, like Randy Moss, for the Vikings, because in my opinion, the last best receiver the Vikings had for like the receivers was Randy Moss.
I mean, they still have Adam Thielen, who in the last few years has been producing good numbers.
Yeah, but
of course you can't compare him to Randy Moss. But just to go back real quick, you mentioned Nathaniel Hackett came from the Packers. Mm-hmm. Nathaniel Hackett is coming from a team that struggled with their quarterback and taking him off the field and not believing him in on fourth down situations, as we saw against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs a couple of years ago. Now he comes to the Denver Broncos and he does basically the same thing with Russell Wilson. The same thing, basically. And again, you look at Russell Wilson, who wasn't given a lot of opportunities in Seattle, and you're taking him off the field in the biggest... That was a big statement. If Russell Wilson gets that first down in his first game as a Denver Bronco against Seattle, in Seattle, and leads him to victory, that's a huge morale booster for not only Wilson, but for that team.
Oh, yeah.
And by taking him off and risking the kick, and therefore missing the kick, Denver Broncos, I mean, they're in a must-win situation going into next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I heard, like, somewhere, like, after the whole interviews or whatever, he said, yeah, he made a mistake and he should have gone for it. Like, he regrets it. Yeah. It's like, well, no, duh. It's like, dude, like,
it's
come
too
on.
late. It's too late.
Yeah.
And hindsight being 2020, yeah, it's easy to say, oh, I should have done this. Well, why didn't you do it then?
You would have gone for it, right?
I would have gone for it.
Yeah.
Again, because 64 yards is a tough field goal. Could he make it? The only time I would have gone for the kick is if you had Tucker. I agree with you on that. But again, you pay Wilson so much money. You rely on him so much to run this offense now. Mm-hmm. Why not let him do it?
No, and if you don't trust him, what's your fault for not giving him weapons? You traded them all away for him. You know?
And they gave away Noah Fant to Seattle. And then on top of that...
Wait, did he even play?
Noah Fant? I don't even know. To tell you the truth, I don't remember. Nonetheless, so this brings me to my first question here. In terms of teams that need a victory, these are teams that are in a must-win situation. There's 5 teams I have listed here.
Okay.
The Denver Broncos, right? The Denver Broncos are facing the Houston Texans.
They should win that damn game.
We have the Los Angeles Rams facing Atlanta.
That would be so funny if they lost.
Green Bay is taking on Chicago, right?
Wow.
New England is going against Pittsburgh, and San Francisco is facing Seattle. So of those 5 teams, Denver, San Francisco, New England, Green Bay, and the Rams, who do you think needs this win the most?
Okay. So with me, my heart says Denver, but I wouldn't be surprised if I choose us, you know? Wait, so going back to the whole Denver thing, who do they face again? The Texans, right?
They face the Texans. No,
Okay.
And that's not who do you think is going to win. Who needs the most? Who needs this win the most? If whoever loses this game,
I think Denver.
you think Denver needs it the most?
Because, look, they're going through a different direction now. They're pretty much, like, not rebuilding, but it's like they're at a different position compared to last year, okay? They got a new quarterback, you know. They want to win. First rookie head coach, you know, all that, like, rookie head coach. With us, though, last game was just a disaster, okay? Everyone knows what that is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the whole the last video we did. What was it called again?
Oh, yeah, the 49er fans' immediate reaction to the loss against Chicago.
Yeah, you know, like, if you guys want to hear a funny rant, you know, listen to that. You'll hear me.
Sweet plug on that one. Good on you.
Yeah. Well, so Green Bay, I'm not really too worried about them because, first of all, Rodgers owns the Bears. That's what he said last year.
He did
you know?
say that.
So I'm not really too worried about it. Now, if they were to lose, it would be kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be like starting to get a little bit worried if I were a Packers fan.
Yeah.
And then who's the other options? The Rams?
The Rams, the Patriots.
The Rams, I'm not too worried because they can just buy their way out, okay?
And it's not that simple. Don't do that.
Hold on, okay.
Don't do that.
Well, hold on. No, but they got Aaron Donald. They should be okay, you know?
Yeah, but one man can't win.
They got Cooper Kupp.
One man cannot. Okay, two men.
They got Sean McVay. Supposedly he's an offensive guru as well, you know?
Yeah, they say the same thing about our head coach.
I don't know what the hell he's smoking.
To be fair.
So, and the Patriots. Honestly, I don't care about the Patriots, okay? Because isn't Mac Jones hurt or something?
Apparently.
Yeah, so I'm not really too worried about it. It's Belichick's fault, you know? Yeah. I say Denver.
You think Denver is in need of... And that's an interesting point because you look at who's in their division. Obviously, the Raiders, you got the Chiefs and the Chargers, all quality teams. So Denver needs to start racking up some wins.
They need to step up. And in my opinion, I think they're going to be last in their division.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they need to surround Russ with weapons. Yeah. And unfortunately, injuries happen. But it's like something needs to change, you know?
So real quick, I'll run off the situations of each team just because I like to have a sense of each one. Denver, you already mentioned about how, first of all, they need to start winning with Russell Wilson because they paid for him.
And right? He's unlimited, yeah.
He's unlimited. Again, competition in the division makes it more difficult to make the playoffs. I think they're going to get a wild card spot if they make it. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think they're going to make it.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man.
If they do somehow make it, it's going to be through wild card.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to make it. San Francisco needs this win because of the whole Trey Lance era and as well as all the speculation of, like, is it the right guy? Do they go back to Jimmy? Their loss against Chicago was, pretty much devastating because they controlled that game and still lost. So they need a win in that sense. New England needs the win because of the Belichick way. If Bill Belichick falls to 0-2, it'll be the first time since 2001. Since 2001 that they dropped 0-2.
Dude, that was the year I was born. Holy crap.
Exactly. So your whole life, you've basically known that the Patriots and Bill Belichick are successful. If they do not win and they go 0-2, is this the beginning of the end for Bill Belichick? He's an old school guy. Does he have to start adapting his way and his mindset to match the NFL and its landscape today? You look at a guy like the Los Angeles Rams, defending Super Bowl champions. They need to win this because it's their reputation. Are they the best? Well, then how come they're not winning?
Wait, is it a home game for them?
It is a home game for them.
Okay. Who they face?
The Atlanta Falcons. And if they can't beat the Falcons...
Okay, hold on. So, I'm not going to say this is a must-win game. This is a game they should win. This isn't like must-win, like holy crap. Because look who's in the division.
Who?
Okay? The Rams.
If they fall to 0-2...
Are they in panic mode? Well, Maybe, because I feel like they're ignorant sometimes.
Let's say the Niners win, right?
Oh, I'd be happy.
Hold on. They get one, right?
Yeah.
The Cardinals, they face the Raiders. Okay, so they need to win that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So regardless, out of our game, Seattle, San Francisco, someone walks out with a win. Let's say the Rams lose. There's an uphill climb. You got to rack up these wins, especially in the conference. They're facing the Falcons, who are in the NFC. They have to rack off these wins in the conference.
I almost forgot about that.
However, I don't think it's any of them. I think the team that needs this week to win the most is the Green Bay Packers. The reason I say this, one, Aaron Rodgers isn't getting any younger. His window has been closing. He's already lost last week to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
He loses to the Bears.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's a divisional.
He's 0-2 in the division. And if he falls 0-2 to the division, and the Bears are now 2-0 if they win, and you look at the Vikings, if they can go 2-0, then we're talking those two teams 2-0, and Aaron Rodgers 0-2 in division. Which, again, it's not over because it's only week 2, but it makes the climb so much more steeper and so much more difficult. So for me, I think the Packers need this win the most out of the 5 teams.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. You really got to. I can't talk today, man. It's been a long day, everyone. You really have a great point.
I
didn't think of it like that, man.
I don't disagree with your point on Denver. I do think in order for Denver to still contend in that division, they do need the win. Absolutely.
Not only that, but they give up a lot for Russell Wilson, dude. It's like, dude,
they're in a way you could say they're in win now, but I don't think they are. But you could say just because of what they gave up. So I'm not discounting your pick against Denver. I do think that's a solid pick, but I think Green Bay needs this win. Because let's face it, if Denver loses, where did we think they were going to be anyway?
You do got a point.
Last in the division. However, if we say the Packers lose, then it's new territory.
Well, no, here's how it is, though. Look, the past few years, everyone's been, like, criticizing Rodgers, you know. Is he going to win the Super Bowl this year or not, you know? It's like, it's been like this every year. It's like, is it this year? Is it not, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is another year where they're in that pickle. But, honestly, dude, I think the window's been closed ever since, like, 2016, man. I feel like it's been closed. Okay.
No, I maybe I don't know. I think these last few years with LaFleur, they had an open window. They just couldn't capitalize on it. 2019, they could have went.
That was their best shot, but even then, it's like, dude, you know who they were facing at the time?
Us.
Yeah, I know, because I was there.
But even then, 2020, they had a legit shot too.
Oh yeah, because Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Well, no, here's the thing though. It's Brady though.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking away anything from then, but I'm just saying these last few years they have had a legitimate shot. With the loss of Devontae Adams, though,
that really hurt.
I think Aaron Rodgers is done.
Yeah.
In terms of winning a Super Bowl.
Ever since I heard that, ever since I saw the news, I'm like, that's it. Yeah, he's not going to win any more championships. I don't think he's going to go to the NFC Championship. And it's like on the same side. Not only it's not helping him out, but the GM, man, the GM's a problem.
Well, I mean, again, the whole situation going on with Aaron Rodgers and then having to give away Devontae Adams. It's not a good look.
Yeah, man, they're Swiss.
It's not a good look. I do think Green Bay's window's closed. I don't see them winning a Super Bowl with this current iteration of a team. Yep. They'd have to add something big on the offense. Their defense could still use some work, but I think it's quality.
Who's on the offense? Who's on the defense besides Charlie Alexander?
He got me there.
Because Zadarius Smith, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he go with the Vikings?
He went to the Vikings. I mean, again, I think Green Bay is in must-win territory now with this week 2. Again, the season's not over, but in terms of those teams, I do think...
Wait a minute, don't they got Sammy Watkins?
Absolutely.
I keep forgetting about him, man.
They still have Randall Cobb, who's, an aging veteran.
He's still there?
Well, he had left for, a certain amount of time.
I thought he retired.
No.
I thought he just did a one-off that season.
No, he's still there.
What the hell?
They also have Alan Lazard,
who's
still there. Alan Lazard, he's a deep guy on the wide receiver depth chart.
I'm sorry.
Looking forward, apologize to me like, hey, it's no problem. You're a Niner fan.
Well, no, I'm sorry because maybe Aaron Rodgers didn't make him relevant enough.
Aaron Rodgers looks so frustrated though.
Dude, Christian Watson dropping that open pass. It's like, dude,
it's
come
tough,
on, man.
man.
No, and it's so funny because Niner fans really wanted Lynch to draft him. I'm like, no, we don't need him. We need linemen.
It's tough, man.
And what do we draft? Defensive linemen.
Hey, defense. We're deep.
It's like, okay, I get it. You want the defensive line to be really strong, but dude, you need the O-line to protect the quarterback. I don't care who's the quarterback. I don't care if it's Trey. I don't care if it's Jimmy. Hell, I don't care if it's Juszczyk, okay? He's our emergency quarterback, by the way.
As long as we have protection for the quarterback, right?
Yes.
Well, okay, and one thing I like about Colin Cowherd on The Herd, he mentioned when you're trying to build a championship team, the main focus is you have to protect your quarterback.
Yeah.
And you have to attack the opposition's quarterback.
Yeah.
So defensive line and offensive line are the ways to go. And we always go defensive line.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. We do got to go offensive line now and then.
Dude, our offensive line is like Swiss cheese. And I feel bad for Trent Williams and Kittle. Okay?
And Kittle's not going to play this game, is he?
I don't think so, man. And I'm upset because if he's not playing, the right side is done. Thanos snapped his fingers, man.
We're going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine.
No, it's raining. Trey's going to be running everywhere, and I don't want him to get hurt. Because if he gets hurt, we have Jimmy. And when we have Jimmy, pressure, okay? And when there's pressure, he can't throw a pass. And I feel bad because the offensive line can't help. This is not a rant, by the way.
I do think, because I have to wipe the board again pretty soon. I do think with the rain, it's going to play a factor, obviously. But because we just played a rain game against Chicago, I feel like we're more adapted to it. I do think Seattle is probably more experienced because they play in Seattle, and I give you that. But we're talking about right now.
Oh, yeah, we lost Elijah Mitchell, too, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, let's move on past this because we're going to get to another rant.
Yeah, no, it's not a rant, though.
That's what I'm saying, what it's about to be. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it's about to be.
I'm not in a mood to rant.
That was close.
No, that wasn't really a rant, though. I don't consider it to be a rant.
Yeah, you may not, but other people might.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on, we'll head to our last segment. That'll be our picks for the weekend. Obviously, the Chiefs and the Chargers had played. Just for the record, I picked the Chiefs to win.
I know you did.
And you picked the Chargers to win.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is incorrect, obviously.
Shut up.
Moving on. Okay, so we have the New York Jets visiting the Cleveland Browns. What are your thoughts?
It's at Cleveland, right?
It's at Cleveland.
You know what, man? I'm with the Browns.
Yeah.
You got a guy like Joe Flacco. I'm sorry, but you got him on the team.
Joe Flacco threw 59 passes last week. Do you think he does it again?
Hell no, dude. They got Myles Garrett.
59 passes is ridiculous. I do think that as long as Jacoby Brissett is able to hold it down for the Cleveland offense, they'll be okay. Expect them to use Kareem Hunt a lot more and their other running backs because I don't think they're going to be passing the ball all that much. I also have Cleveland winning that game. We have Washington Commanders visiting the Detroit Lions.
Ooh. You know what, man? I'm going to go with Detroit, okay? I feel like that whole Hard Knocks thing, I feel like Detroit, they seem kind of cool. The coach, I got Detroit.
Dan Campbell I think he's an exciting head coach. He knows he's
really passionate.
He's like a throwback, I think,
in
terms of that classic coach that you want to fight for. One thing to notice is the Detroit Lions, they had scored 35 points in game 1 against the Eagles. Look for them to be able to produce that again against this Washington Commanders defense.
Yeah.
The only worry I have is the Detroit Lions defense. Can they limit Carson Wentz? Can they limit scary Terry McLaurin?
I'm sorry, did you say limit Carson Wentz? What's that? Can Carson Wentz limit himself? That's the question.
That's the question, but hey.
In my opinion, dude, he can never stay healthy.
But it's the Lions. Dude, those guys are hot and cold like Katy Perry back in 2008.
Damn it, you got a point.
I picked Detroit Lions to win the game nonetheless. I'm with you. We're 2 for 2 so far. Tampa Bay versus the New Orleans Saints.
Man, divisional game. I'm going with Tampa Bay just to be safe about it,
With Tampa Bay, though, a lot of their guys are on they're on the injury report. You look at guys like Mike Evans, Godwin's going to be out. Julio Jones is kind of shaky. I like Tampa Bay as well, but that's just something to keep an eye on, I think.
Yeah.
I like Tampa Bay, but in the last few years with Tom Brady, the Saints have had the Buccaneers number. These guys have been beating them. In Tom Brady's first year with the Buccaneers, the Saints actually swept them in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Is Tampa Bay a legit contender? I know it was only one game against the Dallas Cowboys, who didn't look all that great, and they lost Dak Prescott in the fourth quarter. But do you consider the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be legit contenders?
Well, I feel like they are contenders, but probably like in the middle. I don't say the Super Bowl contenders, but I think they're playoff contenders.
Okay, yeah, I can see that for sure. I think they're going to win the division.
Oh yeah,
just like I think they're going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we got the Carolina Panthers visiting the New York Giants.
Honestly, I got the Giants, and the reason why I feel like they have like that pride, especially Saquon, I feel like they want to win, like they want to send a message and have something. They want to turn around the franchise.
And okay. I hope they do because I like Saquon Barkley. Yeah. And he had a sensational game last week.
Yeah. No, you're biased because you have him on your fantasy.
Who's Saquon? Absolutely. I hope he does another great game so he can give me some points so I can beat my sister on fantasy. I have Carolina winning. I don't think Baker Mayfield wants to lose back-to-back games.
No, I feel like it's Baker. Baker's the problem.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But
dude, do you think Panther fans are already churning on Baker?
Dude, they're going to end up Watch. Hot take right here. Ready?
Yeah.
They're going to start Sam Darnold at some point in this season.
Do you have a sticky note? You got to write that down.
I'll write that down. I think they're going to start. We should start doing that and keeping that's what
inside the NBA.
Inside the NBA?
Yeah.
I'm going to write that down. I think that Sam Darnold will start and take over for the team at some point. I wouldn't
be surprised, man.
But I do have Carolina winning that game. I don't think Baker Mayfield wants to go down 0-2, especially on a new team. The hot topic, though, of course, would be Baker Mayfield versus Daniel Jones, two quarterbacks that have been struggling these last few years. Who do you think has the better game? Daniel Jones or Baker Mayfield?
Saquon.
Saquon. At quarterback.
I'm sorry, but how the hell do the Giants still have Daniel Jones, no offense, when they could have traded for Jimmy? That's what I want to know. That's sad. Okay? If Jim Moore was around, he would be upset. He'd be like, that's pitiful.
That's pitiful.
That's like, why?
Diddly poo. Moving on.
He's supposed to win a game.
Speaking of coaches and old coaches, New England at Pittsburgh. Bill Belichick's way. Is it still the way? Or are the Pittsburgh Steelers going to win this game?
Dude, I got Belichick. Like, to me, I think a player can make a difference. Okay? Not just a player, but a player. TJ Watt's out, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Well, no, they got Minka Fitzpatrick, so...
They still have Minka Fitzpatrick.
That is a good point, so...
You
know what?
Go ahead.
Where is it at?
It's in Pittsburgh.
Kind of want to go for Pittsburgh now I think about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I originally had New England, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just have this feeling about Pittsburgh. They don't have TJ Watt, which I think is going to impact their
defense,
their pass rush.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I do think Bill Belichick and the Patriots are on the decline. I'm going to go Pittsburgh. It's a home game.
Well, so they got Big Mac DUI, Davy Jones. For those of you who don't understand, pretty much he's he's not arrogant anymore. But when he first came into the league or on draft night, he was kind of arrogant. He was, like...
Oh, that long walk. I remember that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what the hell? You're going to walk all that long? See, the walk took as long as him trying to get the call to get drafted. Okay?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
So, I call him Big Mac, DUI, Davy Jones, because he got pulled over one time.
So, we're in agreement that Pittsburgh. We both picked Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
The Indianapolis Colts are visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars, who will get their first win of the season, and it's a divisional game.
Is it? I forgot about that.
Well, Jacksonville's been irrelevant for so many years. But
yeah.
Jacksonville Colts.
Honestly, I feel like in Madden, like they have like the generic teams when they're changing, they should change themselves to like the Armadillos. Because it's just been that like irrelevant.
You're talking about the Jaguars?
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Armadillos?
Yeah.
Okay.
So honestly, man,
curl up in a ball and hide.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what what's his face, Urban Meyers was doing.
That's foul. First of all, you think Urban Meyer's gonna go back to college football?
Hell no, dude. They're not gonna get him back in there.
Can you imagine? Okay, who's your pick?
Colts.
Colts.
Yeah.
I like the Colts as well because of their defense.
Well, dude, yeah, of course they got DeForest Buckner. I miss you, Defo. Yeah.
Jacksonville. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I'm iffy about Jacksonville.
Who do they have for receivers or weapons for freaking Prince Charming, Trevor Lawrence?
They have Christian Kirk, who actually had a good game last week. I mean, he's not stellar. He's not.
I forgot. They got Trent Baalke. Y'all are losing. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, so we're going for the Colts?
Yeah, man.
I'll agree with you on that. I think Matt Ryan isn't going to have a bad game.
Indy, man. Come on.
Not only that, but they had the Texans beat. They were losing the game, but they ended up coming back. I do think that the Colts ride that wave of momentum that they had against the Texans.
Oh, yeah, man.
And they get their first win, a divisional win,
yep.
I might add.
Buckner going to get the broom out. That's all I got to say.
They're going to sweep up his hair. Trevor Lawrence's hair.
Oh, yeah, man.
Moving on, Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens. This is one of the more intriguing matchups,
Yeah,
I
that
think.
actually sounds pretty cool.
Miami's new offense ran by, Mike McDaniel. Mm-hmm. And then we have Baltimore, who passed the ball a lot in game 1 against the Jets. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Who do you think's winning?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's a toss-up.
I can't pick one. Yeah, Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna ask Siri to flip a phone. Oh, flip a coin. Flip a coin, right? Okay. Tails for the Dolphins, and then heads for the Ravens. Oh, damn, hold on. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
He's about to turn his phone off, ladies and gentlemen. We're still waiting for the coin toss.
Yeah. Hey Siri. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see, everyone. Flipping. And it's heads. The Ravens are winning.
I have the Ravens winning. I do think Lamar Jackson and the wave of momentum that he carried in New York, I do think they're going to win this game. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Miami won. It's an exciting game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either,
Moving on, Atlanta. Atlanta at the Rams.
Okay, on paper, the Rams should win this.
They should win this.
Like, there is no excuse for this one. They are the the Super Bowl defending champs. They should win. So
I'll go with the Rams as well. And again, there's really no explanation that you need to have. I just feel like the Rams, they should win this game, especially coming off that loss on ring night against the Bills. They need to win this game.
Nah, man, the only ring they were at was a freaking boxing ring, man, because they got knocked out.
Knocked out, bro. It was bad. All right, Seattle at San Francisco.
We should win this game.
Okay, now who you want, but who's winning?
Us.
Yeah, us.
Us. We should win this game.
I think it's all fine and dandy. Geno Smith had a little moment. He got to ring in the praise after his win against Denver.
And then he's going to be Geno, that everyone knows.
That's what I'm hoping.
Like, dude, don't piss off Bosa. That's all I got to say, man. Bosa did pretty damn good last week.
I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to have 3 sacks.
Oh, no, man. Yeah, 4.5.
4.5? Who's sharing?
I don't know. Anyone else?
Ebukam looked really nice.
Dude, no. Tono Hufanga, though.
Hufanga played. He was fantastic last week.
Dude was everywhere, man. I love those players where it's like on defense, like even like they're everywhere on the field. Let's say they're on the safety side. They go in after they're blitzing, but then still follows the receiver as if the plays continue on. But like they don't have to though.
Like look at Bosa. There was instances where Bosa would get knocked down by the lineman and he would get back up and still find the ball.
Yeah. So
we both in agreement. San Francisco should win.
Oh yeah.
These next couple of games, I think, are going to be easy. Cincinnati against the Dallas Cowboys. Cincy, I think Joe Burrow bounces back. I don't feel like he has that bad of a game.
And Joe Burrow, please, man. I like you, man. You're a good kid. But please, win this game. Throw some touchdowns, man, because I had you on fantasy. The majority of the game, you gave me like -3 points, man.
He started the game with the pick 6.
Yeah. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I get it, Super Bowl hangover, but come on, man. It looks like it's happening to the Rams. It hit the Uno reverse card. Okay?
Houston at Denver. I'm taking Denver. Arizona at Raiders. Taking Raiders. I don't think that the Cardinals have enough.
Yeah, bro. Raider Holmes.
That could be offensive to some people.
Well, no, I have a friend who tells me that because he's a Raiders fan.
Okay.
So I thought of him.
That's fine. Chicago at Green Bay.
You know what, man? I got Chicago.
Really? I got Green Bay.
I got Chicago, man.
Where's it at? It's in Green Bay.
Ooh, actually,
I don't know. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
No, you got a point. It's in Green Bay. Rodgers got to defend home turf.
They gotta win this game. He owns them. That's what he said.
That's what he said last year.
He said he owns them. Watch them sweep them. Watch the Bears sweep the Packers. Can you imagine?
Dude, that would be crazy.
That'd be sad. That'd be really sad. Tennessee at Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
I don't watch them get upset. I think Buffalo should win this game. They're a better team.
Yeah.
Better offense, better defense. Better pizza, better ingredients. Papa John's. Minnesota at Philadelphia.
Man. I got Minnesota, actually.
You got Minnesota?
But it's going to be like a close game, though.
It should be a fun game. It's a Monday night game.
Oh, really?
There's 2 Monday night games. It's going to be Tennessee, Buffalo, and then Minnesota, Philadelphia.
Why is there 2 games?
There's usually at the beginning of the year they do 2 games. It's weird.
I keep forgetting, man.
I got Minnesota winning that game as well. I don't think Philadelphia's going to have enough to stop them because defensively, they allowed the Lions to score 35 points. Imagine what they can't do to Justin Jefferson. He's going to have a field game. Look for Justin Jefferson to have a huge game. I'm talking 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think Justin Jefferson takes over this game.
No, hold on, man. What do you think this is, Madden?
I think he's going to have a huge game. Quote me on that. I really think that.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I like Justin Jefferson. And I wouldn't mind seeing him grit,
And on top of that, you look at him and an A.J. Brown's on the Eagles. 2 wide receiver matchups. It's going to be a great game. I'm really excited for that. As we bring this episode to a close, what's a game that you're really looking excited for? If you had to pick one. Don't pick our game, obviously.
No, I'm not going to pick our game, man. Honestly, you have to give me a second on that, actually. Can you run down through like some of them? Wait, what was the Monday night games?
The Monday night games was Buffalo, Tennessee. And then there's the Minnesota, Philly. I think I have your answer.
What?
Because we struggled with this one. Miami, Baltimore.
Actually, no. I was thinking the Philly and Minnesota one.
Really?
It sounds cooler.
I think, yeah. I think both games. Yeah. I think my pick is going to be Miami, Baltimore. I think it's going to be a fun game. But again, I agree with you. I feel like Minnesota and Philadelphia. It's going to be a fun game as well.
Mm-hmm.
As we bring this episode to a close again, brother, let them know where they can find you.
All right, boys and girls. So, you can find me on YouTube, SanFran5. Twitch.tv/SanFran5. I'm probably going to be streaming today, Friday, if you're reading this.
If you're hearing this.
What? Yeah, you know what I mean.
I know.
Snapchat, brokebeaner445. I'll say it again. broke_beaner445. I like to be more descriptive.
Of course, you have to enunciate.
Yes, and today, I should say, I'm going to be speedrunning, okay? I'll be speedrunning a few games or so, and yeah. How about you, sir?
Well, I appreciate you, shooting it back over here. But, as always, I bring it to a close. This has been another episode of 2 Beans in a Pod. You can find me on all social media sites at JustJose_3. Be sure to follow my YouTube channel, Jose Talks Sports, where you can find my weekly updates surrounding the NFL, specifically our 49ers, as well as the NFL. And with the NBA season coming around the corner, expect some more basketball content. You can find every episode of 2 Beans in a Pod on this YouTube channel, as well as on Spotify or wherever you find your podcasts. Once again, thank you for everyone for dropping by and talking sports with us. And if you enjoy these episodes, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jose Talks Sports. As always, my name is Jose, this is my brother Jared, and we have been 2 Beans and a Pod.
You ever hear how Patrick Mahomes talks? He talks like this. Hey guys, it's me, Patrick Mahomes over here. Travis Kelce, I think George Kittle's actually better than you, man. So that's what I think it sounds like.
You're gonna haunt my dreams for the rest of the year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.